Macros are useful when we have tasks that must be done repeatedly. We can set up a macro to quickly do the task for us. A macro is a set of commands that we can group together and turn into a single command. These tasks can range from something as simple as inserting our name and address with Word documents, to more complex macros such as setting multiple tables with certain dimensions, numbering styles, specific headers or footers, and repeated data. Tasks performed by macros are time-saving and easy. Word already comes with several macros stored on the function keys across the top of our keyboard. For instance, press the function 7 key, more commonly known as the F7 key. This macro launches the spell-checking program without fingers leaving the keyboard. Click to exit the spell-check program. We're going to create a simple macro to use for automatic numbering. In order to create or record our macro, we will need the help of a new tab called Developer. Because the tools in Developer aren't used as often as the others in the ribbon, Word's default is to have it only appear by request. Click the File tab. Under the Help heading, click Options. Click Customize Ribbon. Place a check mark next to the option that reads Developer. Click OK. The Developer tab now appears in the ribbon, and unlike the Item Design tabs that only appear when that item is selected, this tab is now always available to us. Select it. Highlight the paragraphs under Your Posture. There are two ways to record a macro. Under the Code tool area, the Record Macro tool looks like a small red dot on a table. We can also access this tool from the very bottom of our screen where that same icon appears. Click that one. Think of creating a macro as recording a set of instructions on a note card. Once we have a number of different instructions on different note cards, we need to name them so that Word knows which instructions to follow. We first name our macro so we can use it over and over. In the macro name box, type in auto number without any spaces. Now we need to assign a shortcut to our macro using a toolbar function or keystroke. This shortcut will activate or run our macro. Let's use the keyboard instead of a toolbar icon. Click the picture of the keyboard. In the Customize Keyboard dialog box, make sure the cursor is in the Press New Shortcut key box, and press the F7 key once. Notice the statement beneath our box telling us this key is already assigned to a macro called Tools Proofing. As we saw a moment ago, that is the key assigned to start the spell checker, so we can't use that one. With the cursor still in the shortcut key box, backspace over F7, and press the Control and 7 keys. This keystroke combination is currently unassigned, so let's use it. Click Assign, and click Close. Macros can be a great time saver when doing repetitive tasks. As we create larger and more complex documents, we will find new ways to apply macros. Let's save our document before moving on to our next section on headers, footers, and footnotes. Anything we do right now will be recorded. Under the Code tool area, we now have the options to pause or stop the recording. We can also pause the recording without losing the actions we recorded so far. The pause icon then becomes a Resume Recorder button. Click the Home tab, and in the Paragraph tool area, click the down arrow next to the Numbering tool. Click the numbering style configuration 1 period, 2 period, 3 period. Click the Developer tab again. In the Code tool area, click the square icon labeled Stop Recording. Notice the block text now has numbers by it. This indicates our macro is recorded, so let's see if it works. Move down and highlight the paragraphs under Your Mouse section. Hold down the Control key and press 7 to use the new macro. It worked! We now have a numbered list in this section. Let's try it again. Block the Safety section, and this time click the Macros button in the Code tool area. A box pops up with the most recent macro recorded listed first. Click the Run button. The highlighted section is automatically numbered, so our macro seems to work fine. Block the next section, Human Factors. Return to the Home tab, and in the Paragraph section, click the Numbering button, just to the right of the Bullets button. The section is now numbered, and a small box with a lightning bolt appears to the left of the numbering. Roll over that box with the pointer, and it turns into a box with a down arrow on the right side. Click it. The box is an autocorrect shortcut allowing us to make any changes without having to go back to the menu bar. And if we wanted to continue numbering from the previous list in our document, we could use this feature to do so. We don't need to do that, so leave the setting as is. Macros can be a great time saver when doing repetitive tasks. As we create larger and more complex documents, we will find new ways to apply macros. Let's save our document before moving on to our next section on headers, footers, and footnotes.